Hey, Yaka here. This episode of Busy Adults, we're going to be talking about homebrew. Homebrew items, homebrew monsters, homebrew ideas. Hope you enjoy the episode.
Welcome, folks, to another episode of Busy Adults. This is Drake here, joined by Ray, Yaka, and Monkey.
Yeah,
Tonight's episode is brought to you by Busted Bones Gaming.
Aw, thanks, guys.
Monkey's streaming that he does on Mondays, Wednesdays,
Saturdays.
Okay.
Yeah,
it's good stuff.
The big one that he has been doing on Mondays is Valheim.
Hell yeah.
He got us all in, other than Yaka. But Yaka, I mean, this is like a 500 megabyte game. You could download it in like an hour.
You can put it on a fucking flash drive and you'll be done. You'll be
Valheim?
good. Yeah.
For real?
Honestly. Dude, it is 500 megs.
Wow.
500 megs. They like,
promise.
we require a gig, but it's
That's
really only
crazy.
500 megabytes. So,
Yeah, it's something.
yeah.
I've never noticed that. Okay. Yeah, I like the one that you played,
Yeah.
Phasmophobia or something, is that? That
Yes,
shit
Phasmophobia
is
Saturday.
bananas.
Yep. Oh, it's hilarious, dude. Oh my god. It's so much fun. That one
And
is...
then Wednesdays, your Shooty Wednesday or whatever.
Yeah, Shooty Wednesdays. We haven't landed on an exact game to play yet, so we've been going back and forth between like Gears 5, Halo, Apex. Right now it's up in the air as far as Valorant or Call of Duty for tomorrow. We'll figure it out.
Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
I need to talk to people at work because there's apparently a new one that is like super amazing, and I've got like 4 or 5 people at work that play it, and they say it's legit.
There's something else, I think it's called Spell Break. I don't know, you're a bunch of freaking mages running around shooting people like Fortnite. So
Ew, that sounds horrible.
it doesn't look bad, but it's not something I want to try.
Yeah, it's if anything Fortnite related sounds horrible.
Yeah.
Pork. Nice.
It's just a very cartoony look. There's no building or anything like that, but it's just very cartoony, so it turned me off right away.
Gotcha. But yeah, that's who our sponsor for tonight's episode, and for the foreseeable future, it will be.
Unless you guys want to give us some money, that'd be awesome. Give us
So
money.
definitely check them out on Facebook. Give them
Yeah,
like
those storage
watches,
fees, baby.
are good.
Yeah.
I was totally gonna try to join you guys Monday and be in third shift lifestyle. I was like, hey, I'm up. It's 7:30, and yeah, fuck this noise. I'm going back to bed
Yeah, no, it's totally
before I
fine.
go to work.
That's fine. We just, like I
But-
said, transported 6,000 pounds of silver down a mountain, died a couple of times, almost died to a serpent on the way back on our boat. We found a little tiny boar island. That was cool. And then we killed a dragon.
Nice.
Woohoo.
So yeah.
I helped.
Tonight's episode, though, we will be talking on pretty much homebrew.
Yep.
Things we found either on Facebook or Pinterest or other places that, we like. Fair warning, I'm almost willing to bet a substantial amount of money, and I'll actually be shocked if Yaka doesn't have anything either Broly or Venom related.
He just destroyed all my material in one sentence. I literally found 2 examples. Researching.
The first thing he says when I hop on is like, I found my Broly. I'm like, oh, of course you did.
So with that, let's just jump right in. Yaka, give us your
I
Broly.
actually went pretty softball on this. I found a funny magical item that I saved. It is called the Fiddle Stick. It is a short sword legendary item. This weapon may look like something of a bard's pack, or from a bard's pack, but it's actually an artifact from the legendary warrior D.M. Burns. This is it. The Fiddle Stick cuts surprisingly easily despite having no visible blade. It is said that its original owner had it custom enchanted after winning a duel with nothing but a bow and a viol. Sounds like a song we all know.
Yeah.
Despite its deadly edge, it can still be used to play viols or similar instruments, though that would be a horrible waste. In combat, the Fiddle Stick has the same properties as the Short Sword +3. Additionally, while attuned, if you miss an attack while wielding the Fiddle Stick, you may use your reaction to speak the command phrase, "Oh, Fiddlesticks!" This will allow you to make an additional melee attack using the Fiddle Stick.
Yeah, me and Yako were talking about this one off stream, off podcast,
Oh, God.
and that's the first thought. Absolutely, the first thought was like, "Oh, duh, Devil went down to Georgia.
Yeah.
He won the bow, or he won the fiddle or the violin. You gotta have a bow with a violin. That's it. It's a legendary item. Bada bing, bada boom. If only it did some kind of like fire damage on top of there, like just throw a D4 of fire damage in there.
Or it's from the fire plane and it's got these glowing embers across the stick part of it.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's attuned to the fire plane.
Ooh, yeah, just what's the cantrip? Control flame?
Yeah, control.
No.
It's it's control flame.
Spark.
There's control flame. There's create bonfire. I mean, there's burning hands.
Yeah. Well, is that a cantrip burning? Yes.
No.
It's a level
1.
1. Okay.
Yeah, control flame is a cantrip. Create bonfire is a cantrip.
That wouldn't take that much to enchant it with that on there. Like to throw extra one on there so it's continually on fire.
There you go.
Like just making shish kebabs all day long.
Yeah. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, it's a cute
I love
little
that.
item.
That's a beautiful. Yes.
What? It is.
little
That's why I
item.
picked it.
It's adorable.
It's just a cute little item.
Next, he's gonna go full Broly rage.
I mean, so obviously you would give that item to the bard, right? Like that's the bard gets
Yeah.
that.
Barbarian.
Barbarian.
The Barbarian. Okay.
Bard bear.
So he's just throwing fire all over the place.
That's fine. Well, I don't think the fire is on the original item that Yaka was talking about.
No,
It
but
doesn't
Yeah,
have
it's
any
just a
fire on
+3.
it, right? It's just a +3.
You
yeah,
just
it's
treated-
just yeah.
Just a plus.
Yeah.
Just
It's- I
a
mean,
plus
it's just
3.
Plain old short sword +3.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
But you can fiddle sticks it.
it's cute. I
love
love
that. That's
it.
it's so cute.
But who wants to go next?
Not it.
Oh my gosh.
Just as a note, I don't have anything. I'm just here to talk with you guys.
Well,
I'm
I have
not
this.
looking
I have
at
a game
stuff
hook
right
that's
now.
just simple. It's right here. It says game hook
Yeah.
number 2. A tower suddenly
Oh,
appears
okay.
next to camp at dawn. That's all it says.
I like those little like 2-sentence,
Yeah.
1-sentence game hooks because you can expand on it. Oh, we were talking about that
Yeah, I
world
was gonna
tree
bring that up
spell earlier.
The world tree spell.
Oh, okay. We'll talk about that one. That'll be a later one.
Okay,
It's
so
legit.
I guess it is mine, and I'm gonna say right now, both of mine that I'm gonna talk about, if you come from Game Master Stash, it is a Facebook page from a dude in Australia. Definitely give them a like. They have plot hooks. They have homebrew stuff that is just amazing.
Ooh.
Just different stuff that he likes and he'll post. So there's plot hooks, there's monsters, there's spells, all different kinds of stuff. The one of the first ones I like is actually a monster, and Yaka,
Yes.
Monkey, Ray, you'll definitely understand why I like this, because it is definitely my wheelhouse of dark and disturbed. It's called the Blood Eagle.
Oh God.
A Blood Eagle is a horrific undead born of brutal, violent humanoid sacrifice. The sacrifice takes around an hour and deliberate desecration of the corpse by a powerful spellcaster. They seek to wreak bloody death on all living creatures they behold, regardless of allegiance. Once created, they wrench themselves free of their humanoid corpse, emerging as a dripping, almost bird-like skeleton with outstretched, sharp wings formed of fused rib and arm bones, with a dark halo of crimson energy surrounding their head. The former body putrefies rapidly, leaving behind only a foul-smelling slurry and discarded tissue.
Gross.
That is super gross.
It is a medium undead, chaotic evil. Armor class is 16. It has, on average, 102 hit points, but it's 12d8 plus 49. Speed is 10 feet, ground, fly by 60. Stats are 14 for strength, 19 for dex, con is 18, intelligence is 6, wisdom is 8, charisma is 5. It is damage vulnerabilities to bludgeoning because it is undead. It is immune to poison, and it is resistant to radiant damage. That's nuts for an undead.
That's
My
stupid
gosh.
for an undead.
Condition immunities: exhausted, poisoned. It has dark vision, 60 feet, passive perception of 9. It understands all languages it knew in life, but can only scream in wordless rage. It is a challenge rating of 6. Its abilities: Blood Frenzy. The Blood Eagle has advantage on melee attack rolls against any creature that doesn't have all its hit points. It also has advantage on any wisdom perception checks to locate a creature that doesn't have all its hit points. Breakneck speeds. Opportunity attacks against the Blood Eagle are taken at disadvantage. Profane protection. The Blood Eagle has resistance to saving throws against any and all spells or magical effects. Its actions: multi-attack. The Blood Eagle makes 2 slash and wing attacks and can move half its speed. Slash and wing melee attack plus 7 to hit, 5 foot reach. One target does 3d6 plus 4 slashing damage, and the target must succeed a Constitution saving throw of 13 or be poisoned until the end of its next turn.
Yeah, that's insane.
Again, this is because definitely want to give credit where, for even if like this person didn't create it, they found it. Game Master Stash on Facebook. I'm actually gonna send this. Oh shit! I think I might have actually just. Oops. Gonna have to delete that because I will scare the shit out of family. But I'm actually sending it to you guys in the chat.
Hell yeah.
On Facebook right now.
What
so
are
you
they
can-
gonna think? You're like a devil worshiper or something?
Some
Yeah.
of them might.
Yay.
They'll think
D&D.
you're weird. We don't want that.
I'm okay with the weird part.
Not the devil worshiper part.
That might make things difficult.
Yeah, it might
for
make
some
things a
family.
little difficult for you. Just a little. I guess I'm actually reading through a Druid Summoner right now. So I've wanted to play Summoner for a while. Unfortunately, 5e doesn't have a lot of great Summoner options. So, homebrew-wise, this one doesn't actually look too OP. It works with stones. So I'm looking on, hold on, what's the website? It is a Tumblr page, dungeonsanddrinks.tumblr.com. So their summoner functions with stones. So when you're fighting a creature of quarter CR or lower, medium size, you can mark them with, what is it called? I had it. Your Eodin's mark? Eodin. And when it dies, you can create an Eodin stone out of it. And in order to summon the creature that you just trapped in a stone, its life force, you actually have to throw the stone, use the stone up, and summon the creature. And it's your ally until it dies. You cannot make it back into a stone, but you can use that Eodin's mark 3 times per long rest. So you can kind of build up a supply of fucking beasts. You could also, at second level, throw the rock at somebody and make it self-destruct instead of summon. And it
Cool.
causes 2d10 force damage on a failed dexterity save.
Damn.
That's pretty cool. So yeah, it's a bit different because it's a druid subclass, not so much a wizard subclass like you would normally see, or even a warlock subclass. So with that, and then trapping the life force of a creature into a stone versus just knowing a spell where you can just summon things and its concentration, I actually think it's really freaking cool. And I mean, I'm only up to 4th level, and it's like, holy shit, this is awesome.
That almost seems like anti-druidish.
A little bit. Like, you're not so much trapping, but you're harnessing the life force of a creature.
Like, I could see that being used. As a DM, I would allow it, but it would be like, hey, you use this for, like, someone who's desecrating the wilds.
Yes. It does say, so it has a section for creating a summoner. When making a summoner, consider why your character, who might otherwise experience a great bond with nature as druids do, is drawn instead toward the ancient forbidden practice of summoning. Perhaps your character lives in a village where the forbidden faith has survived hidden away from the world for centuries. Perhaps your character witnessed some event wherein the philosophy of druidism fell short in serving to protect an important natural commodity. Have you always been an adventurer as part of your summoning's call? Or did you first spend time as a guardian of a sacred henge or shrine? So, I mean, yeah, it's like a forbidden anti-druid type deal, but you could also kind of work it in as, well, this is a dying creature. I can help it live on.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it's badass. I don't care.
That is a very different take on a druid.
It is.
Because you rarely ever see. I mean, yeah, there's like a regular druid and, like, let's say the spores druid, which is like a little bit more yucky.
Yeah.
You know,
love
it's
Sports
just
Druid,
like,
though.
right.
Oh,
But
my
it
favorite.
still feels like a druid.
Yeah.
This does not feel like a druid, but that's so cool.
Yeah, it's definitely different. The artwork that they use for the druid himself is very dark. Very dark. Yeah.
I wish there was like not a good and an evil, but like a polar side of the same, like opposite sides of the same coin for every class.
Right. Okay, yeah, this is super dark. So I didn't see this beginning page for it. Forbidden Faith. Long ago, a circle of ancient druids were led away from the old faith by a powerful necromantic wizard called Eodin. Through dark rituals, Eodin's followers learned to enhance their power by enslaving the spirits of nature to be summoned forth at will, cheating the natural cycle of life and death. Super dark. But
yeah.
I love it. I love it. This is actually really cool. Again, I've always wanted to play a summoner. 5e does not do a good job at giving you a summoner to play. Probably for a good reason, because Pathfinder Summoner is pretty fucking broke. But
Pathfinder period was broke.
well, yeah, true. But when you can summon like 20 creatures all at once, bye turn order.
Right. I don't know. Like, I think that's cool because, as I know Andrew, when we played Skyrim, that's what he did as a magic user. Is he just summoned things?
Yeah, the summoner's really cool.
And they did the fighting for him,
Mm-hmm.
which I think is pretty cool. I do like that. I would love to have that summoner option, like you're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, I always wanted to do the Edelin Summoner, whatever subclass that is, in Pathfinder. But then we switched to 5e, and I found so many more cool things to play with.
You mean because people are creating content for the brand new stuff that came out?
I know. Holy shit. Although,
When do you think there's going to be a 6th edition or 5.5?
I mean, they keep putting out more and more books every year.
I mean...
It's going to be probably another 5 years at least before our next
The difference
edition.
between 3.5 and 4, I think people felt 4 was like a cash grab. I mean, 3.5 had been out for I'm trying to just remember my time frames. I think there was like a 5-6 year gap between 3/35 and 4th.
Okay.
It might have been a little longer, but regardless.
And 5th edition's been out since 2014. So
2014?
Yeah.
Okay. So, okay, I guess there was about a 5-6 year gap between 4th and 5th, but I remember,
yep.
I want to say like 2010, 2011, my cousin started blowing up my Facebook, like in Messenger, like because we would chat, because at the time we both were in like really toxic relationships, and we kind of fell back on each other a lot through Facebook. Because he lives in New York, we live in Michigan, so it was rough. But he'd be like, hey, I know you got 4th edition, you weren't a fan, and just, Wizards is trying this, you should take a look. Like, they play tested that hard.
Oh, yeah.
Because they realized they shit the bed on 4th.
Yeah.
And they wanted to make sure to get it right, and they got it right with 5th edition, man. Case in point, just look at the popularity. It's no longer like doesn't have as much of that stigmatism. Like, oh, you play D&D? Oh, you're a basement nerd. Like, I got people who like, oh, you play D&D at work? I'm like, yeah. And they're like, oh, that's cool. You'll get a couple like, oh, nerd, but it's playfully ribbon. Like, they understand. Like, this shit's popular.
Yeah, it's good.
And
yeah, looking at it, just looking at the Wikipedia page for D&D 5th edition, playtesting began May 24th, 2012. It ended, or the final playtest packet released September 20th, 2013. So that's a year and a half of just public playtesting.
Yeah.
That's insane.
So I'm going to think 2011 when my cousin and I were falling back on each other. I think they were doing like questions, like, because I know I got a couple of these questions, and like, it's like, oh, hey, here's an email, please respond, and they were like a couple questions, and like 10 minutes later, you're like, this isn't a couple of questions, this is a goddamn test. Like,
yeah, it says in January 2012 they announced it, that they were going to be developing it. They referred to it as D&D Next. And they debuted it early 2012 before the playtest to about 500 people. So they were asking you fuckers, like, hey, what do you want this game to be? And then
they were doing that before, though.
Yeah,
I mean, like,
before.
I
remember, and then they're like, hey, guys,
like 2010, 2011. Like, they were like, hey, we're thinking about, making some changes is what they were calling it.
Yeah.
So we were thinking like a 4.5.
Yeah, no, not a full-blown fucking edition.
Yeah. But like I said, they realized they shit the bed. They wanted 4th edition to be something more online based, kind of WoW-y, and because I remember having subscriptions to magazines, and right around 4th edition, they were like, oh, hey, by the way, this is kind of basically a Roll20 meets desktop game simulator.
Yeah.
Versus, like, it was a combination of the two, and it fizzled out. I don't know if it was before its time or if it was a simple fact that it was, 4th edition, and that sure as hell didn't help.
Yeah, I know. 4th edition really crashed. I'm glad I never got a chance to play it, honestly, because I went from Pathfinder 3.5 and straight to 5.
The things I've seen, like, there's a couple things 4th edition did right. Minions. That is, I like minions because the whole concept of minions are, you're a high, like, you get high, okay, so, Minion Creatures, adapting the rules to 5th editions isn't a perfect solution, but it can be some fun. Pretty much the minion template is, minions are expendable henchfolk, which attacks en masse, being downed easily by heroes. So it's kind of a way to let your heroes kind of flex a little bit.
Yeah.
You treat them as they have an AC.
Like a group AC, like a swarm, basically.
Oh no, they all have an AC.
Oh, okay.
The thing is, you treat them like they have 1 hit point.
Ah.
So if you can hit, they're 1 AC. They are not 1 AC, but they're low armor, 1 hit point. They don't do a whole lot of damage. It's literally to be like, oh, hey, I got these new spells or this new ability. I don't think they have cleave or anything like it in 5th edition. At least I haven't seen.
Not like Pathfinder, but they do have a cleave.
Yeah, not like 3-5 in Pathfinder where...
That's a good rule to have when you're, like, fighting low-level dudes.
Right. It's literally like, oh, hey, you're... And I think the only thing is... I think the template was... as long as they're a challenge rating of 4 or more below the party's average level. So it's something to do, especially you can do minions at higher levels, Like, oh, hey, these squad of goblins or undead, basic undead.
Fuck them up.
Ogres, when you get higher levels, like, yeah, it's just stupid shit that you fought enough to know, oh, hey, I stick here, they die.
Perfect.
Right, so.
Yeah, 5e doesn't have that stigma. Did I ever tell you about that time I was at a party and somebody approached me about Dungeons and Dragons?
No.
I don't know. I remember you saying, like, you played in your friend's basement at a sleepover. I remember that.
So, I was at this party and I was talking... I was at this party and I was talking about these dice boxes because I make dice boxes and I've sold a couple of them.
They're fantastic, by the way, guys.
I'll never sell them ever again because they're a lot of fucking
They
work.
are. But they're cool.
So I was, they're really cool. So I sold a couple of dice boxes that I had made, and an acquaintance of mine was like, were you talking about dice boxes? Like for Dungeons and Dragons? Like they were like approaching me quietly on the side, like,
trying to buy drugs, baby.
D&D? Yeah, but like the same thing. And I'm like, yeah, actually, I DM, I play, blah, blah, blah. I know Pathfinder, I know 5th edition. Like,
I'm pretty
I'm
deep
like,
down
I got
rabbit hole.
what you need, buddy. And it did, they were like, oh my gosh. And then we started talking about it for like a good 20 minutes, just talking about D&D.
Oh, damn.
And they were like, oh my gosh, well, we've been looking for a DM or whatever, let's get together. And it ended up not working out because then COVID happened and all of that stuff. So
Thanks, COVID.
Nothing really came to fruition after that. But it was just so funny that, like, how does that happen? This is like...
Yeah, it's kind of insane. Like, I can't say I've ever been to a party where somebody's like, hey, who plays D&D? Do you play D&D?
Well, that's
you got
the thing.
the D&D fix?
They like approached it very like cautiously too. It's like, perhaps maybe, is it possible that you were maybe talking about Dungeons and Dragons?
Could I acquire some of this fantasy role playing?
Right.
Exactly.
Sure.
They were very cautious to approach, but then once I confirmed, I was like, yeah, D&D. They're like, hell yeah. And then we started talking about it, and it was just a really good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have another one.
Okay, go.
I want to share
Hey,
because Drake's
let's talk about that one after the break.
Short rest. Okay. Let's go.
Thanks for listening to Busy Adults. You can find us on Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and pretty much everywhere else on the internet. Make sure to like, rate, review, and subscribe to wherever you listen to Busy Adults. That's BUSYADDULTS. Now, back to the show. Hey, Yaka here, bringing you back into the episode.
So excited.
It's like, can I make it any more awkward? This is my challenge.
Yes, I'm sure
I know you can. I'm surprised there was no...
It's hard because, like, I just can't flash the people and, like, make it awkward that way because this is an audio thing and you know what I'm saying? It's just...
I
think if you,
I'm sure you can make it
like,
happen.
make a bunch of, like, wet slapping noises into the microphone, that would be enough to make it awkward for the listeners. Wetter. Just
save it for the OnlyFans.
Wetter.
Don't forget to subscribe to Busy Adults OnlyFans, where we don't show our faces, but sure of a hell of a lot more.
It's only Yaka, though. Don't get your hopes up for anybody else.
It's only
And it only goes, like, from nipples to knees. Like, no other body part. Not even feet.
Yeah, sorry. Foot fetish guys, it's not going to happen.
Nipples
You know we're gonna get a fucking message like, hey, you guys said this, where is it?
Oh gosh, yeah.
I mean, if you're going to pay for it, I'm sure Yaka's all for it. $5 is $5, right?
I mean, I've said it before, and I'll say it again.
So Yaka, what is this awesome homebrew thing you found? What do you got?
It's called Pact of Hunger.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Here we go.
Nom 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 nom.
Your patron has blessed you with the ability to eat the flesh of your foes to gain a semblance of their power. As a full turn, you may consume a half pound of raw meat from a non-humanoid creature, which you helped to defeat. You may choose a single aspect of that creature to assume for 1 hour. The features you may choose are as follows. A type of vision, low light, dark light, or dark vision, blind sense. A +2 to the creature's highest stat. A natural weapon. +2 to your AC as natural armor. And a special attack. Breath weapon, petrifying gaze, blah blah blah. You may only have a single aspect active at any given time. If you consume another serving of flesh, you lose the previous aspect. And I just think, how badass is that? And
that
creepy.
Would be pretty good.
Yeah.
And totally.
Maybe you would go after, like, specific creatures to gain whatever abilities. Like, okay, guess what? I'm going after trolls so I can regenerate.
Well, and you can put it... I mean, how many times have people had the bag of holding or a bag of cooling where it keeps food and stuff good inside of the bag, and you just throw the raw meat in there and, oh, we're going to go fight this creature. I pull out this meat from this thing we defeated before. Take a bite. Let's go.
Can you cast Gentle Repose
On
somebody and use that in the same fashion? Isn't there one that, like, stops the body from decay?
Oh, yeah, there is. I forgot what it is. But will that work with, like, cut off pieces?
Well, I'm saying, like, I know that people have created, like, bags of holdings for druids and things like that, where you could... And I think they used it in Critical Role when they were doing the hunting thing. You know what I was talking about, right?
Campaign one with the guild from Vasselheim, the hunters.
Yep, and they went and hunted, and they had to gather specific items from magical creatures for spell components for casters, and that was their gig, as they went and killed these creatures, harvested them, and then sold them.
The Slayer's Take.
Yes.
That's what it was. Yes, Gentle Repose. You touch a corpse or other remains. For the duration, the target is protected from decay. It also says it can't become undead, and the duration is 10 days.
Oh. Is it...
Sounds like it worked to me.
Yeah, and it's not concentration if it's 10 days.
No. Cleric, Paladin, and Wizard 2nd level spell.
Hey, look at that.
Yes.
Yeah.
But that would require you someone else to cast it on that.
That's fine.
Because this is a Warlock Pact, and not that.
True.
So someone else has
Multi-class,
got to.
baby.
Multi-class.
I guess so.
I mean, that would be a good strategy. Like, we're gonna go up against X boss or X big bad guy. We know this information.
Time to go hunting.
Just imagine
Go hunting.
carrying 10 pounds of white dragon flesh around or whatever.
Hey, you know what helps with that? Floating disc.
Oh, tensors. Tensors.
Yes.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
You got a
Si, senor.
fucking levitating cart right there for all of that meat.
That's true.
Get
How
on
much
the
can an
meat wagon.
unseat servant wear?
Unseen servant can't carry too much.
Yeah, that's
More than a magic hand, less than a floating disc.
So that's the scale.
That's the scale
Magic
I'm going
hand, unseen servant, floating
on. That's the
disc.
scale I'm going on, damn it. I don't know. I've never looked at the unseen servant. I don't see any case to use it besides, like, I can just use magic hand to do shit for me.
That's true. Fair enough. But yeah, I love it. Get me in there.
Do it.
I guess I can go next.
That sounds like Drake's got something.
I just sent you all the picture.
What is this?
A lot of, again,
puppy.
Game Master's stash.
Oh, what the fuck?
A lot of the stuff has some, like, fucked up art.
Yeah.
Spoopy.
I saw the
like
puppy
it.
first, and then I see the giant in the back.
Yeah.
Oh.
And
Oh
then
shit!
everything
I didn't
is
see the giant.
I didn't
with
either.
the giant meat hook.
Yeah, I didn't either until I'm like, wait a minute, that's
I
not
just
a
see
tree.
all the glowing eyes, and then all of a sudden I just boop.
So, again, Game Master stash. Go definitely check them out on Facebook. They're solid. I'm gonna use this as a plot hook. Basically, they have the Scout, the Arcadian Mastiff. Quick synopsis. Like, half elf or elf finds this puppy, a litter of 8 puppies. Oh, it is elven. Okay, so, litter of 8 puppies. Mother dies. And he finds it near a ley line. Can get rid of 7 of the dogs, but 1 he can't. So then, through adventuring, settles upon this area outside of a small town. But he realizes, like, 2-3 decades in, this is still a puppy. Or a very young dog. And gets it. Meets a archdruid, comes to find out that it is actually a Feywild puppy, and it's immortal.
Oh.
I'm sorry, that would be an elven thing.
Yeah.
Like, an elf would just, 30 years go by and you're like,
Huh,
wait a minute, this is still a puppy.
you should be dead.
He should be dead 10 times over.
I should have
Right.
3 more of you. What the hell?
That's my elf voice.
But basically, this dog, serves an important role in town, alerts the village to any presence of evil that wanders the land, particularly the Dark Fae, who kidnap kids in the night.
Ooh.
So, it says for centuries, the dog and the elf help keep the village safe. The elf finally passes after 2,000 years. He gifts the puppy to the town, and the puppy just basically gets passed down and to someone. And the artwork is like they were saying, there's this puppy in like a snowfield, and there are
Lots of dead villagers.
A horde of undead.
They are dead.
I mean, that's what it looks like.
I see blood coming out of people's mouths. They're fucking
yeah, I
undead.
see. Well, I'm just saying because it's like, it says dark fae, so in the description, so maybe they're supposed to be dark fae, but yeah, there's a lot of undead or creepy shit. But I mean, that would be a cool plot hook to use. Like, oh hey, you have this town that should be overrun by whatever, like, say you're adventuring and you're traveling through and you're just coming across and all of a sudden, like, everything just stops. Or even like, oh, hey, constantly you're exhausted, you're this, that, and the other. and all of a sudden you're just hauling ass trying to get away just to find something. And all of a sudden everything just stops and just kind of like won't pass this point. You're like, what the hell? And all of a sudden this dog just comes up and you're like, okay.
What are you doing out here, little guy?
Oh.
This seems like this would be a good one for, like, I was thinking my Disney campaign, but, like, just a general dark fairy tale.
Yeah.
Like, this would be a nice little town to come upon.
Yep.
And then, like, the dog's so old it learns to speak, and its first word is Edward.
No.
Oh, God.
Boo.
I will murder
Get this
you.
guy out of here.
I will
y'all.
murder
Got
you.
y'all.
Kick him out of the podcast.
Well played. Well played.
You bastard. I already had to see that shit earlier this week. Fuck you guys.
Oh. Yep, I had
We're
to mention
sensitive.
it.
To that? Yeah, for sure.
I literally had no context of it because I never watched it. And then when you guys explained it and I watched the scene again, I was like, Jesus.
Fucked up. For those of you who don't know, and want to have your heart ripped out, Full Metal Alchemist.
Go watch the original
check
first.
it out and then cry.
Yeah, if you
Yeah.
really wanted to hit you hard, watch the original anime Full Metal Alchemist. Just that
Not
arc.
Brotherhood.
Just that arc. Brotherhood, if you want a really quick like synopsis that hits it. But if you really want your heart torn out, fucking watch that first one just up until that point, and then you can stop.
You'll have to stop. You'll have to take a break.
Yeah, and then go to Brotherhood and actually watch it how it's intended, like the whole anime.
Well, actually, and then go to, like, I don't know, Sailor Moon or Dragon Ball Z for some eye bleach, like to just reset your soul.
Yeah.
And then you can go back.
I don't know.
Brotherhood.
I mean, I feel like if you're gonna watch Full Metal Alchemist, the first anime, watch it up to Hughes.
Okay, yeah, up to Hughes because that's a harder hit too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just completely get your heart ripped out and destroyed, and then go to Brotherhood.
Yeah, go to
And
Brotherhood.
you can
Go to like
skip like
episode
4 or 5 episodes.
Yeah, really, it goes through it pretty quick. Like 30, 40 episodes in the original is like 10 episodes in the Brotherhood.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you really want your soul to be destroyed, watch that. Watch both of those arcs, I guess. Yeah.
Just rip the heart right out of your chest and stomp on it.
Yeah, so fuck you, Yaka.
Yeah. That's what I'm here
Great-
to piss you all off.
Great anime, Rack.
I hate you.
What? Yeah. I
Love it.
I shared one in chat. Do you want me to go for it or not?
Hell
If
yeah.
you want to, yeah. So it's a story hook. I like it.
Yeah, it's a D&D campaign concept. So it's just bare bones. But it says the restriction of epic magic by the goddess of magic Mistra is slowly lifted, allowing powerful mages to cast 10th level magic once more. An ancient entity sealed away in a meteor by such long forgotten magic is able to free itself from its bonds and descends upon Abir Torel. I think it's just their town. It's up to the party to traverse the world, gain knowledge of this ancient sealing magic, obtain any needed components, battle and weaken this entity to seal it once more. Which, pretty badass because now you're throwing 10th level spells into the mix.
I'm wondering if it gives you 10th level spells, like if you were to read on or find the original source, because there aren't any, or you're going to have to make them.
I would assume they're
Yaka
just-
has a 10th level spell he wants to
Right.
talk about.
Is
I would
it
just
wish
assume it's
times
just a-
2?
Yeah, it's wish is free action.
Jesus fucking Christ.
You don't even need to cast wish to make it a free action. It is now.
Make it a cantrip,
Jesus.
make it a free action. Pew pew pew, Wild West, baby.
Wild
Don't know
West.
what's gonna happen.
Just got to think about it real quick. Done.
Wow.
I mean, if that were to happen, I would definitely take a page out of Marvel's Civil, or no,
The nerds are going to kill you.
Mutant X, or no, House of X arc, where basically
Is that like Big Brother where they're living with their exes?
No.
the quick
They're
synopsis
living there,
is
but no.
Scarlet Witch has a complete mental breakdown, goes full Super Saiyan Broly rage,
Yes.
uses her powers to the ultimate ability, and makes humans the minority and mutants
The majority.
norm.
Oh.
And everything goes sideways, so she snaps at the end and says, "No more mutants." And it completely obliterates, like, all the mutants. Like, everyone becomes normal. Like, yeah, so, Yaka, if you ever try pulling that shit in my campaign, I'll be like, okay, somebody realizes how bad this is and goes, "No more wish."
No more magic, period. Done.
Yeah.
Done with magic. You want to heal? Learn. Yes, gonna die.
Put a band-aid on that bitch.
Put a band-aid on it. Learn how to be a doctor yourself so you can repair that leg.
Give me the opposite. I want ultra magic. I want level 10 spells. Give me them spells.
Right?
God damn it. I did find a really cool weapon that I think would work very well for our group. It's called the Hellfire Gauntlet. So it's a legendary gauntlet. It requires attunement by a character with a con score of at least 18.
Oh, damn.
Crafted from metal, formed in a world far from this one, protective spikes protrude out from beyond the wearer's knuckles. A detailed sculpture of an unknown creature forms most of the gauntlet's shape. An ever-burning fire stems from the sculpture and rises up the elbow of whoever wears the gauntlet. If you meet the requirements and attune to it, you gain a bunch of new abilities. Your strength score is increased by 2. All melee weapon attacks you make deal an additional 2d4 fire damage. If you roll max damage on any damage die against a target of medium or smaller size, they must make a competing strength athletics check against you. Otherwise, they get pushed back 5 feet. While wearing and attuned to the gauntlets, your unarmed strikes deal 1d8 slashing or piercing damage. You are considered proficient with unarmed strikes while attuned to this weapon. You must use strength as the modifier. You gain access to the Firebolt cantrip, and strength is used for calculating the hit bonus for Firebolt. Now, you can also awaken it by doing whatever the DM deems necessary to do so. You gain 3 charges, which replenish at each dawn. By expending 1 charge, you can cast Fireball at a level equal to your proficiency bonus, minimum 3rd, with Wisdom being used for the calculating spell hit bonus.
Whoa.
By spending an action, one of the following effects activate. By spending 1 charge after that action, you smash your weapon into the ground, creating a devastating shockwave of force and fire. All creatures within 20 feet of you must make a dex save or take 4d6 force and 4d6 fire damage and be knocked prone, or half as much on a successful save and not knocked prone. By spending 1 charge, an aura of fire washes over you for 1 minute. Any creature that damages you with a melee weapon or spell attack takes 2d6 fire damage. Grappled targets take 2d6 fire damage at the beginning of each of their turns while grappled.
Jesus.
And that's it.
That's it?
That's it. I mean, honestly, the whole, like, fireball, I'm just going to throw a fireball whenever I want. And just punching the ground and making a giant eruption. Those are the 2 things I'm excited about this weapon for. Because it seems badass.
That's pretty cool.
Right?
I mean,
5th edition homebrewing.tumblr.com.
Yes. Yep. 5th edition homebrewing.tumblr.com. Thank you.
I mean, I definitely like Fireball because our last session we played and yours, Ray, definitely helped keep us alive after, we went and fought again.
We warned
after
them.
one fight, and thankfully, Aaliyah got her short rest and was like, fuck this.
Yep.
Let's throw some fireballs. Well-placed fireballs.
Yep. And you know what? They helped us survive. Surprisingly. But
Just barely.
we told them, you guys are gonna die. If you don't drop your weapons and run, you're gonna die.
You gonna die to the jungle.
Exactly. But yeah, I
That's
like
pretty
homebrew weapons. I haven't found any that aren't super broke. There was one I found. It was a Rapier of Wind. I don't remember exactly where it was, but I found it on Pinterest somewhere. The whole point of it is it's a light finesse weapon. And when you slash with it, you can create a ranged attack in a line. I think it's 80 feet minimum. But yeah, it's pretty cool. That's the only like non-super broke one I found. This is all it does.
I mean, yeah.
Oh, and you're immune to like the gust spell and other wind type things.
Ooh.
So there's that, which doesn't come up very often.
I don't even... Gust is just like the cantrip, right?
Yeah, so it just pushes you a little bit. That's it. So, yeah. What else you got, Drake?
That was... I got a bunch, but I know we're getting to our hour, and also, you know, we've got other people's.
We do. Ray, did you find something that you like?
Yes and no.
You found something, but you don't like it.
No, So... So this concept of this episode was what me and Yaka tried to do just by ourselves the one time. Like, nobody else was available.
Yes.
And we tried just me and him, and it was like, we need more people. This is not going anywhere. This is just weird.
We're just talking.
We're just talking. We're not discussing anything. And the one that I found, it like, the best one, it was just like... instead of the horn of Valhalla, it's just like the horn of bees. And if you just blow the horn and you summon a shit ton of bees, and it's like they do piercing damage. It's a swarm.
It was a pretty decent
funny
thing.
Bees.
Fucking bees.
And then I just picture the gif of Oprah going bees, and just like the bees going everywhere. And that's all I got.
This item, it was the bee's knees of items, man. I tell you what.
Oh my god. We need to just kick him out of here. Poor puns. Full Metal, terrible times. Where's your Broly? Where's your Broly, Yaka? We need to hear it.
I saved it. I saved it.
We need to hear it now.
I found other ones that I liked.
Now's the time.
Then say them. Let's hear Broly. Let's hear your Broly right now.
I'm not sharing it. I'm not sharing it now.
Why?
Just to spite you.
Why?
Oh my god.
I actually did save one, and it's like a literal picture of Broly from the movie.
Yeah.
And they got whatever description they attached to it. I don't even know. I didn't read it. I just
saw
like,
Broly.
Oh, yeah. I'm like, I remember. I kept scrolling.
For those of us who don't know who this Broly character guy is, what are you talking about?
Yeah, Yaka, why are you so enamored by this Broly thing?
Because he's got a ripped bod, and I want to fuck him. No.
And he's like 8 feet tall and just fucking rage.
Oh my gosh. I mean, he's just one of those... I don't even know if he'd be considered a legitimate character now. With the movie.
Yes, because it has the super name on it, it is.
Right.
He is canon.
So
that story is canon.
To me, I like the old Broly, like just the way
I like
he does it.
Yeah.
But I don't like his backstory. His backstory for the super is really cool. I like that backstory. But I just like the way Broly is when he's non-canon versus the canon.
So tell people who Broly is.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I roughly know that Broly is a character in Dragon Ball Z. That's it.
He's just
like
a beastly...
That's all I know.
Ragey brawler. Yeah, I just love it.
Constantly yells Kakarot.
Like Goku?
Well, he doesn't yet. That's the one thing
in the new one, he does not yell Kakarot.
I do like that. Yeah. But I just love how the big thing about... Who was it? Ray says, it's like, Goku's a bitch. Because he just... he gets his ass kicked and then he comes back around. But, like, Broly does it even better than Kakarot.
Yeah, because he just like, wow, I'm getting my ass kicked. Let's rage some more.
Yeah,
10
and he
times
just rages up and gets stronger. Like I love that concept of just this natural, raw talent that's uncontrolled.
Completely uncontrolled.
Yeah.
Like, it took a fusion between Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Vegeta just to, like, barely beat him. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean, he was still landing punches on them, but
Yeah.
he was definitely handily winning that at that point.
It's ridiculous. And then, hey, Frieza! Come here!
Tag, you're in.
That was the funniest thing. He's like, he's yours now, Frieza. What?
And then for hours and hours, he's getting his ass beat while they're trying to figure it out. Oh, that's great.
And then his pride is like, you're not going to beat me. You're a filthy monkey. And he's just getting his ass kicked for hours on end.
By a filthy monkey.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, guys, if you haven't yet, watch the Broly movie from Dragon Ball Super. It's great. Frieza's still incredibly racist. It's actually like to a whole new level at the beginning of it because it's like young Frieza.
Daddy monkey this, daddy monkey that.
Daddy
monkey.
I don't think that's from Dragon Ball Z.
That one's from 4-Star.
That one is. But
it is, but it's something you can hear Frieza saying. Stupid monkeys this.
Absolutely. In the beginning of Super, when he first like lands, he's like, hello, filthy monkeys. Like, that's in it.
Rude.
All the stuff they do for Vegeta is just spot on.
Oh, yeah.
Like his scream when he realizes the Dragon Balls were stolen on Namek, and just and it goes through time and space and shit.
Yes. So good.
King Yama thinks it's his ex-wife. You took everything from me.
Oh, God. Yeah, wow. Guys, we are huge Dragon Ball fans over here. Ray, not so much, but that's fine.
That's a lie. I'm a huge Dragon Ball fan.
Dragon Ball.
Dragon Ball Z, not so much.
Yeah, Z and Super Ray, not so much.
No.
Super, let me put it this way. I would have Yaka and Monkey over at the end of the Super storyline every Saturday whenever that Crunchyroll would release, and we'd spend they'd be over at my house for 2.5, 3 hours, and we'd only watch one episode, but it would take an hour and a half to 2 hours to fucking get it to stream because so many people were trying to stream it at once, and it would crash their damn servers.
Not to mention Crunchyroll is just horrible.
It is. We went and saw the Broly movie in theaters too.
Yeah, we went and saw that in theaters.
Yeah. Oh, that was good.
And I think one of us bought the Resurrection of F movie and watched it at your house.
I have all the movies.
I don't have Resurrection of F. I've got Broly. I bought that.
I have War of Gods or Battle of Gods.
Yeah, Battle of Gods.
Resurrection F. I have Broly.
Yep. I will say I like Dragon Ball Z better than Super. I do. But I grew up on Z.
I think Z is better. I gotta say, it edges it out just a little bit more.
Yeah.
I just love the idea that Goku was once an evil little baby.
He wasn't
then
evil.
Then he got no. He was an evil little baby, and then he got hit on the head with a car or something.
He got dropped on a rock. His head on a rock.
Something. He got something, and then he got dumb and cute and smart, and he was just a dumb, cute little guy, and he went around just being nice and mischievous.
Yep.
I'm gonna make.
But he was an evil little baby.
The thing is, though, they've kind of re-retconned that with the Broly movie. Yeah.
Aww.
Oh,
like an evil baby.
They did.
Yeah, they did in Super.
Yeah.
In Broly, they did because when he gets sent away, they're like, "We understand he's because the mom's but he's so weak and he's so kind," and they're like,
"Yeah, we meet his mom."
Well, I'm gonna send him to this Earth planet and he'll be okay. Because
he'll take over that planet.
He's right now with...
Well, yeah, because Raditz came by and he was like, you should have only taken a year to get this planet. And it was he was a baby guy. He got sent as a baby. He was just, supposed to turn into a big monkey?
Yes, that's literally what they would do.
And get,
They would send them as little ones, and that first full moon, man, game the fuck over.
But then they cut off the tail and took it away and yada yada.
Listen, Master Roshi would have blown up that moon given the opportunity.
Piccolo did.
Easily. Piccolo
Yeah,
did,
Piccolo
but
did.
Master Roshi definitely could have done it.
Yeah.
He almost did the one time. But he missed, right?
I think so. I've only watched Dragon Ball through maybe once or twice. I remember when I was a little kid, like I was 4 or so, I watched it at the original house we lived in, down by Detroit. I remember watching it once or twice. So.
Yeah. See, I like Dragon Ball. It's fun. It's a fun little romp.
Dragon Ball is a fun little thing. It's fun. It's good. Dragon Ball Z is where like boys, like
teenage
it is
boys,
teenage
yeah.
boy like rage and fighting and yeah. And then Super's just like
30-year-old men.
kinda, yeah.
You guys.
It depends on the episode, you know.
I feel like they really smoothed out the edges for Super and sped the storyline along more.
At times, the Tournament of Power dragged.
But it was worth it.
It was, but it dragged.
I don't know. I feel like the Tournament of Power was done right. Like, yeah, you knew it was going to be a long fucking arc.
Yeah, it wasn't as bad as the Frieza arc, I will say, but it dragged.
But I mean, I would still sit down and watch that whole Frieza arc.
Oh, so would I. So would I in an instant. I'll watch that Spirit Bomb stay in the air for 6-7 episodes.
What the fuck
So-
is that?
Goku takes a whole episode to go Super Saiyan, and then it's like, oh, hey, this planet's going to just blow up in 5 minutes. 10 episodes later,
Yeah.
this planet still's got 3 minutes. Like, oh, Jesus Christ.
Muffin button. Yay!
Let me power up to full power. Nope, we're over Frieza. I'll get you 2 pizzas. Ah, with stuffed crust. I'm listening.
So thanks for listening to our episode on homebrew items on Pinterest.
Yeah,
We're just after this, we're just gonna keep talking about Dragon Ball Z.
probably.
so-
I'm probably going to move over to Valheim because that's awesome.
Oh, me too. I want to help you build a
The fighting
a
arenas.
bar. No. What were we gonna?
I'm
a
Fighting
port.
arena.
Oh, you're gonna help. You're gonna help Drake do the port. I'm gonna go build out like my fighting arena.
Yeah. So make sure to come watch us on Mondays at Facebook Gaming.
Yeah.
Visit
But
Busted Bones Gaming.
yep. So you could do. The URL would be fb as in boy .gg / Busted Bones Gaming, and we'll be there.
That's pretty easy to remember.
Yeah. So, but guys, let us know your favorite homebrew stuff, like.
Or your favorite anime.
Or we'll talk about anime all day long. All day long. If you want to talk about hentai even, Ray's got you.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Kiss X Sis, probably one of my favorite hentais, about 2 sisters who love their stepbrother in ways that
Oh my
they
gosh.
shouldn't.
Oh, dear Lord.
Why is it always the step thing?
I mean, that's
I mean,
the
it's
number one
taboo
thing now.
for it to be like an actual brother or a half brother.
Right, so it has to be
It's a step.
brother, even
Because
if they
they're
look
not
the
blood
same.
related. But the 2 sisters are twins, so they're definitely blood related.
Jesus.
They'd be doing things that sisters shouldn't be doing.
And on that note, thanks for listening, folks.
I'm from the north, not the south. Just alienated half the fucking country.
Ah.
Peace out, folks. Have a good one.
Bye.
See you next time.
Thanks for listening to the Busy Adults podcast. Please like, share, and subscribe for more content. And we'll see you next time.